All right, so who do we have playing up here? It looks like it's going to be TOH versus Up a Tree.
That I just see hot backwards.
Ooh.
Is that the intention?
Maybe.
Is he trying to tell us that he's hot, hot, hot?
Or maybe he's trapped in the screen and he typed it on the screen, hoping we would see it. Or maybe he's an ambulance.
So
Or maybe he just likes those 3 letters. Can we just chill out, please?
Could be like a Templar of Hell.
But what Templar? What? He's Zerg.
That would be, yeah, difficult. But at any rate, spawning up in the
Good
top
job.
right
You know
position,
your races.
it is from Deadly Gaming, Up a Tree. That's where he is.
And in the bottom, we have the menacingly red Zerg. Hot. Because he's red for hot.
Ooh, he's Red Toe from clan CT6. I can only speculate what that means, but it looks like something to do with soccer or football if you're European.
What? That was a gun barrel.
Yeah, that's basically a soccer ball.
What? How? What? That is a gun barrel.
I mean, if you want to be
And ammo.
technical
I
about
think
it.
I think Dave's being a little bit. I don't know what you're saying. I see the soccer ball. I mean, yeah. See that even Salil's judgment isn't always that
Are you
great,
guys-
but Salil's on
Are
point
you guys
here.
like cross-eyed? I'm very confused.
That's pretty offensive to people that are
extremely
cross-eyed.
Yeah, I hope we
There's a
didn't.
lot of people that struggle
I want
with
to
that.
apologize for our
To any of our
Annie.
cross-eyed viewers,
Yeah, we're sorry.
first we give you this name that's TOH, hot backwards,
Yeah.
and then we come in with just a brutally tough thing. But we do see an SCV scout coming out here.
Yeah, just wants to make sure he's not getting jaked. you know?
Jaked, yeah. When you get jaked, you best be prepared,
Yeah.
because it will hit you hard and fast.
If I was,
Yeah,
if
you
I
need
didn't
a
want to be
Grey Wall
jaked, I think
Trump to,
scouting is
do
actually
that.
really smart because getting jaked on this map is really annoying.
Yeah, yes, because there's just that one.
Especially when you're spawning with your reactor in your wall like this, even though he hasn't built it there. But a lot of people build their reactors out of position and then just add the reactor on without moving it
Ooh.
because it saves a few seconds. But
Oh, I like that. Look at that. The scouting drone comes right back in, settles right into a nice double stack position.
yeah, and it doesn't go to like 6 different mineral patches before going to the same mineral patch
Yeah.
after the 6 different
That
tries.
bothers me so much.
Yeah,
I hate it.
it's kind of like looking for the Cheerios and picking up like 6 different boxes of cereal and then
What?
picking up the Cheerios.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like,
you guys have
I want me
6
some cereal.
different Cheerios or cereals at your house?
Your hand just bounces around. Yeah.
Or at the store. You don't have to be
Anywhere that there's 8 patches of minerals, I have 6 cereals or more.
yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Gets out of the way of that grenade, but does
And he
pick
kills
off a
one
link.
link, so this game is pretty much over at this point. I mean, you can't really come back from that kind of a deficit after losing
Ooh,
a
big
single link there.
grenade. Just catching the edge of that queen.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Moved the queen slightly to the right,
Yeah,
tickled it a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell needs to
Yeah.
keep on creep. I don't know why he keeps trying to engage this Reaper off creep.
This is like the most
He
annoying
doesn't
thing
have
about dealing with the Reaper is like
Trying to
not
get a
being able
third.
to take
Oh,
a third.
I don't
wow.
know why he's trying to.
He wants to
get
take a third.
He wants to really force that third, but
Yeah, but he's trying
Up a
to
Tree
get
is
us somewhere.
controlling very nicely. Ooh. He's caught everything twice with grenades now, and
Yeah.
this is the most
I have,
cost-efficient
I have a
Reaper.
feeling like he comes back and there's like a billion minerals and like he has to throw down like 6 I always love to think like that's what's going on when someone controls their Reaper this well. Like that they
they're
just
not
have
doing
like
anything
3
at home,
CCs
yeah.
being built at home now because they're floating. Oh, and his queen actually blocking this.
Oh, but it does actually just get up.
I didn't actually know grenades didn't block it.
Yeah,
Like, they
no,
weren't
I
physical
learned that
objects.
before. It's pretty interesting.
That's actually pretty big. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually.
I mean, I've never been in the circumstance where like a Reaper grenade blocking an ad.
because force
has-
fields do block
Yeah.
a base. Force fields.
You would think, and also what are
the
those
oracle things.
oracle things?
Yeah.
Stasis
stasis
wards.
Stasis
Yes.
Stasis wards are physical too, but
Yes.
I guess grenades aren't physical. That's odd.
I guess.
I
'cause
mean, I'm
they're-
glad. I think it would be really
Yeah,
annoying. if
it would be
wasn't.
so difficult. It would make.
You would never be able to put down a hatch that way.
You could
I mean,
delay it a lot longer.
I've never been in the situation where like a grenade is potentially
Is-
blocked my base, but like I could see it being really annoying if it
Yeah,
actually did
especially if
happen.
you have multiple Reapers.
Yes, exactly. I feel like. Have
Oh.
you ever run into Semper's 6 Reaper build?
No.
He
Thank
gets a
God.
reactor first, and then uses the.
Is it because unit? They're not like okay. So for oracles, like stasis wards, you can't run into them. Force fields, you can't run into them. But grenades, you can. You can run into them, run over them. I think it's probably because of that, right?
Probably actually. Yeah, that's probably.
That would make sense. Oh.
It like
Alright, we see
isn't
a tank
a
drop
unit.
coming in.
This is going to be patched soon, so this
Right
guy's
now.
having his
I
fun while he can.
really hope they don't patch it. I really like them in their current
Oh,
form.
I really.
Oh, they're going to patch it. They're going to patch it.
That would-
TBT is ridiculous.
Uh,
TBC defense is pretty bad.
No, I think it's good for the game to have them in. But
I
we
find it interesting that he's
Oh,
going in for
Jansen.
the third instead of trying to pick off the mineral line.
Yeah,
at
just
his
gonna
main
bait the
or
queen
at
out
his,
and get some damage done there.
or as natural. This is interesting. Just because there's not much to kill here.
I mean, he's the thing about tanks and
Ooh,
tank
nice.
drops in general is they don't actually necessarily need to kill anything. The fact that you're producing units, the fact that he's keeping your attention on the tank, and the fact that you like have to always have this like minimal amount of lings, is like enough for the tank drop to be worth it.
Yes, and the fact that he is killing units is really
And then that's
nice.
just a plus.
Yeah.
Like killing units is actually not necessary.
We do
for
see
tank
1-1
drops.
though is very advanced right now for the Zerg player, and he does have a significant worker lead.
It's actually really fast. Like getting a delayed lair for 1-1 is an interesting playstyle, but I feel like it is actually weak against tank drops in particular.
I actually disagree. I think it's everything
With
but
the faster
Liberators.
Spire, I feel like it's good against everything that can hit you, like tanks, Liberators, like anything aggressive.
That's true. I prefer it in
and
my own
honestly, he's
playstyle.
going into it like this
Yeah,
weird,
he's not going to be able to get a good
what,
start.
like a marine push with the same tank. So I guess this is actually like TOH TOH is like ideal thing. Honestly, I think going 1-1 and dealing with marine tank is probably like the best thing. Though he doesn't have
except
a
that his
Baneling.
army supply is way down.
Yeah, if his army was larger than the Terran players, this would be ideal because of the 1-1
Yes, the
finishing
1-1 would
right
make
before.
a massive difference, but he really has nothing to deal with
And
this
on top of
army.
that, he doesn't have a Baneling
He's
nest.
even building 8 more drones. Oh man.
Yeah, that's game.
This
changer.
is
Also
this
on
is
top
an
of that, he's getting
unrecoverable.
a Spire, which
Yes.
doesn't make sense to me.
Well, if it was a macro game, it would be
He
good.
actually overbuilt drones. Like
Yeah.
Yes, by a significant
realistically,
amount.
with the third base not even being saturated from the Terran players, is it even finished? It might not even be finished. No, it's not. He didn't have to build nearly as many drones, so he probably didn't even have to saturate his third. And if he crushed his push, he would have been really far ahead because he would have had 1-1 way above his Terran player's
Yes.
opponent. And he would have had the Spire, which is huge. And it's very reasonable that he would have crushed it with 1-1. But
Well, he needed to scout it. He didn't scout it, and
the tank
Opportunity-
really stops him from scouting. I mean, like, you can get around the tank for sure, but you have to think about going around the tank is the biggest thing. And, like, when your mind is so preoccupied with other things, it's really hard to do that.
Well, he could have sent in an Overlord or gotten speed on the Overlord.
It's hard to think about that while
For
defending.
sure, absolutely. But it is possible. I don't think it's imbalanced in any way. It's just more
No,
multitasking.
it's not imbalanced. It's just, like, really hard to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not physically, but mentally hard
Yeah.
to do.
Yes, because
Yeah,
when
just
yeah,
splitting your
Like, I
attention.
find a lot of the time I forget my Baneling nest, too, when I'm dealing with tanks, which is really annoying. Like, I feel like I should never forget a Baneling nest, but sometimes I think I already have it, and it's not, like, I can't look at it because I'm dealing with tanks,
Yes.
Liberators,
Yeah,
whatever
and I
else.
think if he scouted the mass marines that he was building, he would have put down that Baneling nest much sooner. And possibly
Generally, you
got-
build your Bane nest before your lair finishes, but his style was delaying his Baneling nest and his lair for 1-1, which isn't even bad. I kind of like it.
I like it too.
But I think if he would have saw it, he could have delayed his Spire for a Baneling nest, which would have been good, or he could have built his Baneling nest like halfway through his lair. He could have done a lot of things. He honestly could have probably just cut all those drones that could have been Lings, and he might have even been able to kill it with Mass Ling and Queen.
Do you think it goes back to
But-
that Reaper in the beginning and just like being able to hold him off?
I think it just goes to the tank. He was just over droning, expecting to be safe.
I think the Reaper did set him back mentally though, because it killed 6 Lings, delayed that third base for so long, drew the Queen out of position. Like that was an extremely valuable Reaper.
Right.
And it did,
Early
even though it
game.
didn't do actual game-ending damage, it really set the tone. And you saw Hot's TOH's money was really spiking up during that time. He went up to 800 minerals, which is
Yeah, there's a lot of subconscious mistakes you make when dealing
Yes.
with that, and
Well,
the
yeah,
tank too.
yeah.
On top of that, like, there's just a lot of things you have to keep in mind to be
Yes.
ahead of your opponent.
whereas the tank didn't actually do a ton of damage. It was as
Keeping
you-
him mentally occupied is
yes,
really big.
Yeah, and it even did kill a few Lings, so it was still
It was definitely
still
worth.
cost
And then it just
efficient.
adds into his attack later
Yeah.
on too. It's not like he ever
Right.
lost the tank. If he lost the tank, it would have been a different game because then he would have been on the map with his Lings immediately
Yes.
after, and he would have saw everything.
And yeah, he would have He probably could have overrun that with just Lings because it was
The thing was,
unupgraded Marines
first
with
it was
no
double
combat
stimmed,
shields.
2 medevacs.
Yes.
He could have overrun it with Lings when they were on 1-2.
Yeah.
So even though he didn't get a Bailing Nest, that wasn't necessarily what killed him. It was the droning. Like he built like
Yes.
over saturation on his third. Like there was over 16 drones for sure.
No, he was at 55 drones when that attack came in. There was 8 more on the way, so he would have been at 63.
I don't know. When I saw the transfer, it looked like it was more than 16 drones on just minerals at his third. But
Oh, okay.
maybe I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the numbers. I was just looking at the
walking
transfer.
Walking it.
Either way.